Hello friends and students, welcome to TP Chennai. Happy morning ma. Today's vocabulary: devoir, responsibility, a person's duty, something for which person is responsible is what we call it as devoir. Synonyms: onus, burden, duty, commitment, obligation, task, assignment, project, role, care. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: hobby, pastime, disregard, fun, idleness, inaction, irresponsibility. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: if they are genuine people, they will do their devoir in this matter. If they are genuine people, they will do their devoir in this matter. You have done your devoir very well. You have done your devoir very well. So one more example also can be given. Next one: feasible, practicable, possible to do easily and conveniently. Possible to do easily or conveniently. That is what the meaning of feasible. Synonyms: possible, doable, likely, probable, viable, profitable, suitable, attainable, achievable, reasonable. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: impossible, improper, implausible, inappropriate, unsuitable. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: it seems to be a feasible solution. It seems to be a feasible solution, as simple as it is. And of course here different example been given. With the extra resources, the project now seems feasible. With the extra resources, the project now seems feasible. Repudiate, reject. To reject as untrue. To refuse to accept someone, something as true. To refuse to accept someone or something as true. That is what we call it as repudiate. Synonyms: abandon, dismiss, deny, decline, forsake, gainsay. Remember that word ma? Spelling G-A-I-N-S-A-Y. Gainsay. Reject. Disavow, disavow, D-I-S-A-V-O-W. That also meaning deny only. So remember those words. Antonyms: accept, approve, allow, concede, agree, admit, acknowledge. All these words can be related to antonyms. Synonyms: remember those. Clear? Example: Reena utterly repudiated those remarks made against her. Reena utterly repudiated, rejected those remarks made against her. We don't know what are all the remarks, but she utterly repudiated, denied, rejected. Clear? Wherewithal, assets. Assets is what the meaning of wherewithal. I don't think so I need to give any explanation for that. And wherewithal, the money necessary for a particular purpose. The money necessary for a particular purpose. That is what we call it as wherewithal. Synonyms: finances, funds, wealth, money, resources, means, assets. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: debts, dues. Example: Tina has the wherewithal and she can do anything she wants to. Tina has the wherewithal and she can do anything she wants to. Ma, clear? Retaliate, counter attack. To hurt someone because they have done something harmful to you. So to hurt someone because they have done something harmful to you. That is what we call it as retaliate, counter attack. Make an attack in return for a similar attack. Make an attack in return for a similar attack. That is what we call it as retaliate. Synonyms: fight back, react, revenge, vengeance, avenge, hit back, strike back, reciprocate, repayment. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: pardon, forgive, leave, depart, sympathize. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: the management retaliated many times and ultimately dismissed him. The management retaliated many times and ultimately dismissed him. Grievance, complaint. A complaint or a strong feeling that you have been treated unfairly. A complaint or a strong feeling that you have been treated unfairly. That is what we call it as grievance. Complaint. Synonyms: criticism, objection, injustice, resentment, unhappiness, sorrow, injury, hardship. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: commendation, delight, happiness, comfort, favor, advantage, assistance, aid, benefit, joy. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: a special committee has been appointed to handle prisoners' grievances. Example: a special committee has been appointed to handle prisoners' grievances. Clear? Trigger, set off. An event or situation, etc., that causes something to start. That is what we call it as a trigger. Even we can say a part of a gun that causes gun to fire when pressed. That is also we call it as trigger. We do have one more meaning. Something that causes someone to feel upset and frightened because they made you remember the bad that happened in the past. So that is what we call it as trigger, set off. Synonyms: precipitate, prompt, spark, generate, cause, provoke, bring about, produce. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: halt, stop, destroy, end, block, prevent. So all these words can be related to antonyms. An allergy can be triggered by stress or overwork. An allergy can be triggered, caused by stress or overwork. So it's not clear who actually pulled the trigger. It's not clear who actually pulled the trigger. One more example can be given. Orient, align. When you orient yourself to a new situation, you learn about it or prepare to deal with it, get accustomed to it. So get adjusted. That is what we call it as orient. We do have even different meanings for orient. A pearl of high quality. A pearl of high quality. That is also we call it as orient. East, Eastern, Far East, the countries of East and Southeast Asia. That is also we call it as orient. Synonyms: place, position, adapt, adjust, tune, settle, decide, make up someone's mind, locate. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: disorient, disorder, unfit, outer, lower class, subordinate, western. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: you will need time to orient yourself to your new way of eating. You will need time to orient yourself to your new way of eating. I hope you are clear. Laudable, deserving praise. So who deserve praise? That is what we call it as laudable. Praiseworthy. So synonyms: admirable, commendable, meritorious, applaudable, creditable, estimable, excellent, deserving, thanksworthy. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: censurable, unworthy, disrespected, discreditable, reprehensible, blameworthy. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: Hema shown a laudable devotion in upbringing her children. Hema shown a laudable devotion in upbringing her children. One more example also can be given. Improving the schools is a laudable goal. Next one: disruptive, troublesome, causing trouble and therefore stopping someone from continuing as usual. So causing trouble and therefore stopping someone from continuing as usual. That is what we call it as disruptive, troublesome, troublemaking. Synonyms: unruly, disturbing, indisciplined, rebellious, stormy, upsetting, disorderly, obstreperous. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: well-behaved, soothing, obedient, disciplined, docile, calming, cooperative. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: the teacher said disruptive behavior would not be tolerated. The teacher said disruptive behavior would not be tolerated. Clear? Negotiation, talks, that is a formal discussion between people who are trying to reach an agreement. A formal discussion between people who are trying to reach an agreement, that is what we call it as negotiation. Discussion aimed at reaching an agreement, that is what we call it as negotiation. Discussion aimed at reaching an agreement. So synonyms: parleying, diplomacy, compromise, accomplish, pull off, achieve, conclude, deal, barter, bargaining, debate, discussion. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: disagreement, blow, mess up, botch. Yesterday also we discussed, right? Botch, fail, bungle, slur, mishandle, mess up. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: the revised contract has been under negotiation for many days. The revised contract has been under negotiation for many days. Affirmative, positive, or say yes, accepting, that is what we call it as affirmative. So what are all synonyms? Consenting, supporting, say yes, optimistic, helpful, favorable, plausible. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: negative, pessimistic, unfavorable, inconvenient, saying no, saying yes, saying no. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: we have 5 affirmatives and only 1 negative to form a committee while taking voting. So they got 5 affirmatives and only 1 negative to form a committee. So we have 5 affirmatives and only 1 negative to form a committee. Clear? That's the end of today's session. Thank you very much for joining. We will meet tomorrow. Have a great day.